Hello everyone, welcome back to Auto Trend TV. I am your Viprajesh again from SGA Skoda Coimbatore today, and I am here with the new Skoda Karoq Premium SUV. In this video, I am going to drive the Skoda Karoq and let you know about its driving feel. Before that, I would like to take you through the exterior and interior details very quickly. At the front, you get to see the very handsome face with all LED lamps, including the LED fog lamp. You also get the very bold signature Skoda grille, while the front parking sensors are located in the front bumper. Moving on towards the sides, the Skoda Karoq comes as standard with 17-inch very stylish looking machine cut alloy wheels. Here's a quick look at the side profile of the Skoda Karoq. This here is the candy white color, which is most likely to be the best selling color for the Skoda Karoq in India. Being available only in one top spec variant, this Skoda Karoq comes fully loaded, including a whole host of safety features and rear wheel disc brakes. Moving towards the rear, you get to see the very same signature C-shaped LED tail lamps, and the tailgate design itself adds quite a bit of character to the Skoda Karoq. The rear bumper houses one fog lamp on the right side, along with 4 reverse parking sensors. The reverse parking camera is located in the number plate housing, and this car also gets a smart rear windshield wiper with defogger. Completing the looks of the Skoda Karoq are the silver finished sturdy looking roof rails and the massive panoramic sunroof. You also get stainless steel lining around the windows on the sides. So that was all about the exterior details of the Skoda Karoq. Now let's take a quick walkthrough of the interior and its features. Yes folks, right now I'm inside the new Skoda Karoq and this is how the interior looks like. For people who may have already seen my detailed review of the Skoda Karoq, here's a quick brush up. The Skoda Karoq is available in India in only one variant, which is the top spec variant. So this gets the virtual cockpit fully digital instrument cluster. You also get the massive touchscreen system, which is around 8-inch in size, and you also get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and so on, a lot of other functions, including ambient lighting as well. Being a premium SUV, you also get dual zone climate control on this car as standard, which is nice. You also get engine stop for additional fuel economy, and you also get front parking sensors as standard. Coming lower down, you get to see this very nice and chunky 7-speed DSG automatic transmission lever, which is also available with paddle shifters, as you can clearly see. Even though these are actually plastic paddle shifters, they actually feel very nice while driving. This car also gets an additional sports mode apart from the regular driving mode, so that is nice. Coming lower down, you get to see the traction control off button. This here is the electronic parking brake button, and this here is the auto hold function for the parking brake. And this here is the armrest, which is nicely adjustable. It's got a wide range of adjustment, and under the armrest you get a whole lot of storage options, including this removable cup holder kind of console. This is actually removable and very flexible. You can actually remove this and make space for a whole lot of water bottles over here, so that is nice. Talking about safety, the Skoda Karoq gets 9 airbags as standard, as you can see on the curtain area, even on the side thorax area of all the seats, including the rear seats. So everything is totally covered, and the final airbag is located over here for the knee airbag for the driver. So that is nice. Apart from that, you also get a whole lot of other standard premium safety features, including traction control, electronic stability program, hill hold, hill descent control, and a whole host of other long features which even have longer names. So that's all about that. Talking about storage space, you get this nice felt line glove box, and you also get very large sized bottle holders on the doors, which also include these straps for your papers and documents, whatever you want to fit there. Talking about other useful features, you get, of course, automatic headlamps, which is included in this switch itself. You also get automatic wipers and cruise control, so that is a nice feature. And of course, you get voice command compatibility for the infotainment system, for your phone calls, for media and everything else. This virtual cockpit instrument cluster is also very customizable in terms of the layout, colors and whatever else you want. Coming to the roof, of course, you can see that the Skoda Karoq has got a massive panoramic sunroof. It is purely massive. Let me just turn on the ignition to open the sunroof, and this here is the switch for that. You can see that everything is seamless. It is beautiful and it is absolutely massive. It lets in a whole lot of light and makes the cabin feel very, very airy. So nice as well. If you want to close the sunshade, if you want to close the glass alone, you can also do that. And if you want to open the sunshade alone, that also you can do very easily. This here is the separate button for the sunshade, with which you can completely open the sunshade and make this kind of a open glass roof. So that is nice. You also have an additional storage space on the top of the dash, which is also surprisingly very felt lined in order to prevent your stuff from getting scratched. So that is all. Now let's try changing the layout of the virtual cockpit display. This here is the control for that. You can actually toggle through a whole lot of controls in this virtual cockpit itself, including media. So that is very, very nice. Now, using this view button, you can actually change the layout of the virtual cockpit instrument cluster, and this is how everything looks. If your priority is purely for enthusiastic driving, you can opt for this, which is actually the tachometer. The speedometer is displayed in the digital format at the center, the range is displayed on the right side, and the average economy is displayed on the left side. So everything is beautiful, it is crisp. Even at higher speeds, you can easily read whatever this instrument cluster shows you. That is very, very well thought out. And coming to other storage stuff, you get this small compartment just behind the transmission lever, which actually gets a 12-volt charging socket, and this here is the USB socket for the touchscreen system. For other connectivity options, you get this sort of SD card slot over here, multimedia slot over here. The first one is for the navigation and the second one is actually for your other media stuff. So that is nice. So that is all about the front seats. You get exceptionally amazing quality leather seats on this only variant available of the Skoda Karoq. So it is amazing as well. The dashboard quality is also amazing. The materials are very, very soft to touch. As you can see, these are nice and cushy. You barely hear any sort of rattle while driving even at higher speeds. So this is typical Volkswagen and Skoda quality. The Skoda Karoq also offers all power windows with auto up, down and anti-pinch function, while also providing auto folding ORVMs. You also get a 12-way power adjustable driver seat and aluminium finished pedals in the driver footwell. All these features makes the Skoda Karoq a properly premium SUV. Now let's just get to the back seats to check out the overall feel. Yes folks, right now I'm in the back seat of the Skoda Karoq, and this is how the dashboard looks like from the rear seat. It may be a simple layout, a simple dashboard design, but still it has got a whole lot of features and very, very perfect in terms of ergonomics. Now this here is the massive panoramic sunroof. I'm in the rear seat, so it is kind of amazing to be here. The comfort is exceptionally good in the back seat. The legroom is decent, it is not bad, but still it is very, very comfortable. You also get a couple AC vents for the back, which can also be turned off if you want separately. And this here is a slot for your mobile phone while charging through this 12-volt charging socket. So these are the rear seats. These are really good in terms of comfort. However, I feel that the seat back could be a bit more reclined. These actually feel kind of very upright. The good thing is that you get ISOFIX child seat mounts as standard, and even the front seat gets an ISOFIX child seat mount as standard, which is very, very good and thoughtful for people who have a lot of kids. So another good thing is that you get 3 adjustable headrests separately for 3 passengers, along with 3 3-point seat belts even for the mid passenger. So that is nice. This here is the massive armrest of the Skoda Karoq. It is kind of unique setup over here. You can actually fit either 2 medium-sized cups or 1 small-sized cup. It is totally your choice. And you also get a ski hatch over here in case you want to load longer items into the boot while having 2 passengers. As you can see, this here is the boot. You can access the boot through this ski hatch as well, so that is nice. I'm just smitten by the sunroof. It is so beautiful, so massive. And talking about the roof, you also get individual LED lights for every passenger, including the rear ones. So that is amazing. That's all about the rear seats. Of course, you get massive bottle holders which easily can fit 1 liter bottles, and you also get some seat back storage pockets as well. These may not be very large, but still these are nice and very good in terms of quality. So that is all. Let's just get to the boot to check out the overall boot space. Opening the boot of the Škoda Karoq, of course it is not a powered tailgate, but still you get a whole lot of space. You get 521 liters to be precise, which is very good. And of course there are a lot of clever features and additional storage options in the boot of the Škoda Karoq. To begin with, you of course have seen the ski hatch on the rear seat through which you can easily access the boot and easy to load longer items. On the left side of the boot you get to see this LED lighting, which also doubles up as a torch, and you can take it along with you in your pocket. This is a neat and nifty feature when you are exploring in the dark, and just behind that you get to see a 12-volt charging socket which can be used for vacuum cleaning. On the right side you get to see this buckle strap which can be used to tie down loose luggage, and again on the left side you get to see these couple hooks which can be very useful to hang your shopping bags. Opening the boot floor, you get to see a 16-inch steel spare wheel, which of course is a space saver and comes with a 215 section tire. And just beside that you get the neatly tucked jack and tool kit. Talking about attention to detail, the Škoda Karoq's boot also gets these couple levers on either side which can easily be tugged to fold down the rear seats. Folding down the rear seats liberates 1630 liters of overall boot space. However, you can see that there is still a bit of step up between the boot floor and the folded seats. So it won't be actually very easy to slide in longer luggage, but still the overall capacity more than makes up for this. In order to close the boot, you also get this very handy knob. So now let's take a look at the engine bay of the new Škoda Karoq TSI. Opening the engine bay of the Škoda Karoq, of course you can feel the heaviness of the bonnet, and under the bonnet you get to see the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder TSI turbocharged petrol engine which produces 150 PS of maximum power and a torque figure of 250 Newton meters through a 7-speed DSG automatic transmission. This engine is amazingly tuned and is brilliant in responding at low and higher speeds, and is also exceptionally refined with very negligible amount of NVH. You can also see that despite being a petrol engine, you get a whole lot of under bonnet padding and insulation material on the firewall. My only grouse is that despite being an imported premium SUV, Škoda has not provided hydraulic struts for the heavy bonnet. You still have to lift up the bonnet yourself and mount it on the bonnet prop. That said, now let's go on for a test drive of this Škoda Karoq TSI. Yes folks, right now I'm inside the new Škoda Karoq premium SUV and I'm going to start the engine. Let's check the NVH first. And that is it. It is very silent, very quiet. This here is the 1.5 liter turbocharged TSI petrol engine which produces 150 bhp of maximum power, and it is absolutely smooth. There is no noise at all. You barely hear the engine noise. You have to check the tachometer once and twice before you start revving the car. So let's just start driving. I've slotted into drive mode and here we go. The first feel is that it is very light to drive. Despite being such a large premium SUV, it is very quiet. It is insanely quiet. You do not hear even the road noise, and you do not even hear certain two-wheeler noise as well, certain horn of the two-wheelers as well. It is that quiet, amazingly insulated, and it's beautiful in terms of control. Everything falls to hand beautifully. The steering is telescopically adjustable as well, so ergonomics are spot on. There is no fault at all. Let me just turn on the aircon because it is quite sultry today, and yeah, I'm just being moderate in terms of driving feel today. However, the brakes are amazingly very responsive. They just stop the car immediately wherever you want. It's not like you have to keep on pressing for some time. The brakes are absolutely amazing in terms of feel and the bite. now let's check the throttle response. I have got some amount of rough road here, so I can check even the suspension, and it is very composed. You can see that my body isn't shaken, even though on such roads. I'm just going around 60 km/h in such roads, but there is barely any sort of undulation, there is barely any sort of jiggling or anything. It is totally composed. Very nice. The horn is also pretty loud. That is also very good, typical of Skoda. That was a speed hump, and even on speed humps this is very good. Now talking about the gear, talking about the transmission, it is slick, it is very smooth. You do not get any sort of whine or anything. The downshifts happen immediately when you push your foot, and the upshifts happen very smooth. You barely notice the lag. Well, there is no lag at all. It is amazingly beautiful. Now let's just put the foot down, and there it goes. I'm not in sports mode. I'm not yet in sports mode. It is just in regular drive mode, but still the response is amazing. The NVH is beautiful. The steering feel also is very amazing. I am unable to take this car to the highways to check its full potential, but still I am able to judge this car's drivability, the overall feel and feedback, and the dynamics. And I've been driving this car for, well, a certain long time now, and it is amazingly relaxing, very composed, very comfortable. It is beautiful to drive. Of course, you can feel the global engineering in this car because it is that good. Now let's just put the foot down. Of course, there is a bit of lag, that bit of lag before it shifts down, but once it shifts down, it is beautiful, and the brakes are amazing. They are just bitey, very nice, and excellent amount of feedback. The steering also provides very good amount of feedback. You also get additional telescopic adjustment as well. So everything is beautiful. Now let me just try the sport mode, which is basically activated if you just shift down the transmission lever further. I am unable to stretch the legs of this car in this area, so let me just check the turning radius. As you can just see, the turning radius is also pretty amazing for such a massive premium car. As you can see, this car has got front and reverse parking sensors along with a good rear view monitor as well. Yes folks, I'm right now driving the Skoda Karoq, and let me just slot into manual mode. In order to slot the car into manual mode, you have to push the transmission lever to the left, and instrument cluster immediately shows you that the gear setup is in M2. That means it is in manual mode and the gear is in second gear. So in order to upshift, you have to pull the right side paddle shift, and in order to downshift, you have to pull the left side paddle shift. So it works very simple, it's very smooth, and using these paddle shifters, you can actually drive the Skoda Karoq in a rather enthusiastic manner because the car responds better. However, at speed bumps, this car defaultly shifts down to first gear, so you can't take the Skoda Karoq on a speed bump in second gear in manual mode. So let's just try the manual mode, and I'm right now driving in fourth gear, but still the car is still around 40 km/h, so the response is decently good as well. At higher gears, this car responds very well despite being a turbocharged petrol engine. That is commendable. I know there is a bit of lag, there is just that bit of lag in terms of gear shifts and also the turbo lag, but still this is a very good car to drive. This car can be as relaxed as you want, and it can also be as enthusiastic as you want. So this is a very good flexible kind of powertrain and transmission given by Skoda, which is very nice. So yes, I have got a free kind of stretch over here where I can stretch the legs of this car. Now I have been driving in regular drive mode, and let me just put it into sports mode. You can see that the instrument cluster has turned into S in first gear. So let me just start revving, and here we go. Wow. And the braking is also very good. It is amazingly solid. I mean, I wouldn't recommend driving on such narrow roads at such high speeds, but still I have got no other option. This car performs amazingly well. There is no fault at all in terms of the driving dynamics, the engine capability, and even high speed stability. And even on rough roads, it is amazing. And talking about the other things, of course, this car has got an electric parking brake along with auto hold function. So that is also very helpful when it comes to safety and driving, especially in city traffic. This car apparently has also got auto engine start stop. So let me just show that to you. I've just stopped over here, and that's it. The engine is turned off, and once I leave the brake, the engine automatically turns on. So it is very smooth. There is no intrusion of the auto start stop system. It just works seamlessly. You barely notice any sort of lag in the transmission, even the gear shifts, and even when it comes to the auto start stop system. So this is a proper car with proper dynamics and proper engine. So it is beautiful to drive. If you are a driving enthusiast, then this should be among the top list for you for your requirements. So that's all. Let me just conclude this review once I get to the showroom. So that was a brief test drive review of the new Škoda Karoq TSI Premium SUV. Just like I said before, the Škoda Karoq is built amazingly with great quality, good amount of features, a few clever thoughtful touches, a whole host of safety features, and most importantly, this beautiful 1.5 liter TSI turbo petrol engine. It is both comfortable and engaging for driving enthusiasts as well. However, being an imported SUV, the pricing of the Škoda Karoq seems to be on the expensive side when you compare with its rivals. Additionally, it also lacks certain few features such as an all-wheel drive system, ventilated seats, and an electric tailgate. However, if you are ready to pay the money and would love to have the exclusivity of an imported SUV, then the Škoda Karoq is for you. So do let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about the Škoda Karoq? Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.